The fall of Jericho, a victory by faith. The children of Israel stood at the edge of their destiny. The wilderness years, marked by wandering and waiting, had finally come to an end. Before them stretched the land God had promised to their forefathers, a land flowing with milk and honey, rich with cities and vineyards they had not built. But the land was not empty. Powerful nations occupied it, their cities fortified and their armies strong. Chief among them was Jericho, a city surrounded by towering walls that seemed impenetrable. Joshua, the leader of Israel after Moses' death, gazed at Jericho from the camp at Gilgal. The task before him was daunting, but the Lord had spoken. "See, I have given Jericho into your hand with its king and mighty men of valor." The Lord appeared to Joshua with a strategy unlike any military plan. "You shall march around the city, all the men of war circling at once. Do this for 6 days. 7 priests shall carry trumpets of ram's horns before the ark. On the 7th day, you shall march around the city 7 times, and the priests shall blow the trumpets. When they make a long blast with the ram's horn, and you hear the sound of the trumpet, all the people shall shout with a great shout, and the wall of the city will fall down flat." Joshua, a man of unwavering faith, relayed the Lord's instructions to the people. Though the plan defied human logic, the Israelites obeyed without question. On the first day, the people of Jericho watched in confusion as the Israelites began their strange procession. Warriors marched silently, their weapons gleaming in the sunlight. Behind them came 7 priests, each blowing a ram's horn, and the Ark of the Covenant, borne by Levites. The rest of the Israelites followed, a great multitude moving in solemn unity. The walls of Jericho stood firm, and no battle cry was heard. The people of Jericho, initially wary, began to mock the Israelites, but the Israelites made no reply. They circled the city once and returned to their camp. The same scene unfolded on the 2nd day, and the 3rd and the 4th. Each day, the Israelites marched in silence, save for the mournful wail of the trumpets. The people of Jericho grew uneasy. What kind of warfare was this? On the 7th day, the Israelites rose before dawn. The camp of Israel stirred with anticipation. This day would be unlike the others. His was the day the Lord had promised to deliver Jericho into their hands. The procession began as usual, but this time they circled the city 7 times. The warriors marched with unwavering resolve, their silence speaking louder than any battle cry. The priests blew their trumpets, their notes ringing out in defiance of Jericho's walls. As the 7th circuit was completed, at Joshua's command, the priests blew their trumpets with a long, sustained blast. Joshua raised his voice, commanding the people, "Shout! For the Lord has given you the city." The shout of the Israelites was a thunderous roar, a cry of faith that shook the heavens. The ground trembled, and with a deafening crash, the walls of Jericho collapsed. The Israelites surged into the city, conquering it as the Lord had commanded. Every living thing within Jericho was destroyed, except for Rahab and her family. Rahab, a prostitute who had sheltered the Israelite spies, had been promised safety. A scarlet cord hanging from her window marked her home, a vivid reminder of her faith in the God of Israel. The city was burned, and all its wealth, silver, gold, bronze, and iron, was dedicated to the Lord's treasury. The fall of Jericho was not just a military victory. It was a testament to the power of faith and obedience. The Israelites had trusted God's plan, even when it seemed illogical, and He had proven Himself faithful. For generations to come, the story of Jericho would remind God's people that His ways are higher than human understanding, and that victory comes not by might or power, but by His Spirit.